Hey, Lab Coat Agents, it's Tristan, and I'm missing my best friend and bud, Nick Baldwin. But today we have a special guest with us. We've got Bubba Mills, and if you don't know Bubba, oh my gosh, he is probably the most energetic business coach you're going to meet. This guy's got energy pouring out of his pores. Bubba, the first time I met you was talking to you over a similar thing we were doing about a year and a half, maybe 2 years back.
Yep.
Blew us away, dude. The energy you have, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So for those of you who don't know Bubba, this guy has so much experience in just business overall. He brings that to mortgage coaching. He brings that to real estate coaching and even small businesses. So Bubba, dude, we're so happy to have you. Just 30 minutes of your knowledge. And today you're going to be talking about what a lot of agents don't really know or want to talk about, and that's the bottom line, finances.
What we're putting in our pocket,
right?
What we can actually claim as income.
Yeah, which is a big difference. You know, I learned that the hard way because when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, my GCI is this much million, and you know, after
sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Right.
But on paper, when you're netting much less than that, you're like, wow, you know, I've got to change something in order to keep more money. So, dude, let's start it off. Where do you want to start on this? Because there's so many different places we can go.
Yeah, there's literally we can start anywhere, but the concept behind what I wanted to talk about, and as coaches, we want to help everybody. The value to lab coats is to help generate more money, to help generate business, to be able to help you prosper. Well, prosper means that we can spend more money in our personal lives. Not how much GCI there is or how much volume there is, but literally what you're taking home. So I want to talk about these two numbers. I call them 40 over 40. Those are my two 40 numbers.
40 over 40.
Yep, exactly. So the first 40 is 40% of your business needs to be referral, no matter at what level and what stage of this game you're playing. I don't care if you're 3 days into this or if you're 30 years into this, 40% of your business needs to be referral. If not, you're doing something wrong.
Okay.
And number two, the other 40 is you should be netting 40% after cost of goods sold.
So netting 40, I'm writing it down, netting 40%.
After cost of goods sold. So say you have a team, right?
All right.
So I get $100,000 commission. I pay the buyer's agent $50,000 commission. Out of that $50,000, I should net 40% of that. That's after all my expenses, after everything else, just using raw numbers as 100 as a whole. I should be netting 40% after I pay commissions. So after your split if you're a single agent, after your split to your brokerage and your royalty fees, you should be netting 40% after your split.
All right. So I want to go back to what you said with the first 40, right?
Yep.
Which is the 40% of your business should be from past clients. Would you say Sphere as well, right?
So past clients, referrals, and SOI. Now, here's the challenge that we have today, right, is that I personally feel that people are not trading their SOI properly. I apologize. You're going to hear a lot of thunder. We got a good storm running through here.
It sounds like wind on our side, but that's thunder, guys.
Yeah, it's actually thunder. It's pretty gnarly right now. This is what I do with my SOI. A lot of you call your SOI, they know you're in real estate. They know that you want them to buy or sell a house through you. Oh, sorry. If you keep calling them and asking that, they're not going to be friends anymore. They're going to be acquaintances. Let me tell you what I use my SOI for. It's for opportunity. You literally need to take your SOI and determine what is the opportunity of your SOI. So what I've always used my Sphere for is for speaking opportunities. I am a freak when it comes to speaking. I do first-time home buyer seminars. I do first-time home seller seminars. I don't know why more people don't do those. Those first-time home buyers, guess what? They're just as scared to sell their house the first time as they were to buy one. And nobody does first-time home seller seminars.
Wow. Yeah. I don't see those often.
Yeah, you never see them anywhere. It's marketing. They're
That's so
scared,
true.
people. They were just as scared to buy their house as they are to sell their house. They have no clue how to do it, right? On top of that, I got Freddie Mac Credit Smart certified. It's a little trick.
Okay.
Why did I get Freddie Mac Credit certified? It's because now it gives me instant credibility and it costs me 99 bucks. Oh, wait. Bubba, you're a certified Freddie Mac instructor? Yes, I am, Mrs. Smith. Wait, there's even more to it. It comes with 12 pre-built modules, the PowerPoints, the material, the everything. So now I could go out and teach credit. I could teach anything that's in the modules. I didn't have to do anything.
Oh, wow. So
Freddie Mac gave me all the material in a little CD.
Done.
And it's got the PowerPoint, it's got everything in it.
Got it. And that would be part of your 40 then that you're talking about.
Yeah. So what I did is I would use my SOI and said, hey, how can I get into your HR department and do a first-time home buyer, first-time home seller seminar? Hey, I know you work for this company. You've got a lot of employees. I'd love to come over and do a lunch and learn.
Oh.
Hey, I know you work for the YMCA. I'd love to be able to give a value for all the kids as parents. Okay, there's two ways of doing business. You can own it or you can rent it. One's on the liability and one's not a liability.
Okay.
When we talk about renting is when we talk about Yolopo, Boomtown, Sync, all those companies, we're paying a monthly amount for leads. So we're renting those services. So that's a cost on our P&L. You agree with that?
I agree with you, dude. I like how you did that.
Right. So we have to balance what our liabilities and what our non-liability leads are.
Okay.
So the more we're going to spend on leads, we have to offset it with leads that we don't have to pay for. And in fact, this morning, you or Nick, I think Nick did a list of like, here's 10 ways you don't have to spend a dime to get leads.
Yeah, Nick did that one.
Right. There you go. Merry Christmas, people. The problem with it is, right, and the problem that I have as a coach and that you guys have being leaders of lab coats, nobody goes and implements it. They're called ask holes, ASKHOLES. Everybody asks, I give you the answer, and it goes in a giant hole.
Ask holes.
Ask holes.
Now I'm not going to forget that one.
Right? That's it. Everybody are ask holes. They ask the question, we give them the answer, but you don't implement. So don't blame it on me. Right? Don't blame it on you. Don't blame it on Helixin and everybody else. We're giving you the information, people.
That's so funny.
But if you don't implement it, that's not our fault. You're going to be hearing from Michael Mayer too. Amazing coach. All of us, we're great at what we do. Sean, amazing. We all have our different styles.
Yeah, very true.
Right? And we're all going to give you great value. But if you just sit here and look at our pretty faces for half an hour and then go on to Lab Coats and look at all the posts, it doesn't mean squat to you. So the other thing with it is if you're not looking at your bottom line, you're going to be bankrupt. And that's why today I wanted to talk about your bottom line.
So how does that look? I mean, where would you start if you want to look at your bottom line as an agent,
As an agent.
Advanced or brand new?
Yep. We need to look at liabilities and assets, right? So as you start, you don't have any assets. I can make a whole bunch of smart remarks on that one, but this is a public video and I'm not going to say it. You are your best asset is what it comes down to. Yeah. And everything you do is a liability. Everything's a cost when you start. And you know what? You're self-employed, baby. So you better wake up, hit the floor, and that better be a hustle. Because you're poor. You're broke. You're on welfare until you make a deal. So your job is to use your assets, which is your mouth, your feet, and your hand. Go shake some hands. Go knock on some doors. Go borrow some listings and do open houses. I'm an open house freak. Right now, if I was to get back into the market today, my number 2 lead generations that I would do is an IVR system, just a little cheap sign writer on top of a sales sign, and an open house. Those are my 2 favorite lead gens. And the reason why, those are 2 of the highest converted leads you're going to get in the industry right now. Those are A, buyers ready, willing, and able to buy in the next 30 days on those two sources of leads.
All right. Can you repeat those? Because I'm writing them for you here.
IVR system. So you're call this 800 number for pre-recorded information, leave the list price off, say yes or press 1 to get the current list price. If you're smart enough, you're going to get a lender to help you with that. Say yes or press 2. If you'd like to know what your buying power is and get pre-qualified for a loan, boom, that goes over to your lender. Now they can help supplement that cost for you. Your lender is huge. Like I actually have FSBO scripts for our clients. I have my lender calling on FSBO leads.
You have your lender calling on, okay, how do you do that?
How do you do it? Well, let me ask you a question.
Like
a FSBO already hates you, right? They chose not to do business with you.
Most of the time, right? Yep.
They don't want to do business with you. If so, they would have already called you.
They're
either close to being a short sale, they're better than you, they're arrogant, or they just want to save money. Bottom line, right now on the first shot, you're probably useless until they've given it a shot on the market. You agree with that, Tristan?
100%, dude. I called them. So
100%, right? So your conversion rate on FSBOs are this big.
It's very true. It's slim.
So what if I called you, Tristan, and I said, hey, look, I know that you chose to to sell your house on your own. However, one of our preferred lenders over at U.S. Mortgage Corporation has a community service they offer to all people in the community that do want to do for sale by owners, and they put a little sign rider on top of your for sale by owner sign, and they will offer pre-recorded information. And what they do is they'll actually pre-screen buyers for you, make sure they're pre-qualified before they walk into your house. Because the biggest thing that you're at risk at, and I'm concerned with your security, is that you'll just open up the door for anybody to show your house, and you're not even concerned if they're pre-qualified or not. So let me at least help you out by talking to U.S. Mortgage Corporation, all right? Okay. So then now your lender calls and says, hey, I'd love to be able to put the sign on there, right? So they're going to put the sign on there. They're going to get 100% of what kind of leads?
A whole bunch of buyers.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Hey, Tristan, I just pre-qualified Mrs. Smith, $350,000 came off that sign over there at 125 Main Street. Why don't you give her a call and put her in their agency, see if you can make an offer over there? How's that sound?
That sounds beautiful.
Didn't you just get the buyer leads off there, even though you don't have the listing?
Dude, I love that.
Now here's one step better for you. One step better for you. Tristan, we've had the sign on, this rider on the sign for about 45 days now, and I'm just going to let you know, we've had very, very low traffic compared to a lot of the other properties we've had. I'm not going to challenge you on why you decided not to use an agent. That's completely up to you. Now, I've got a good friend, his name's Tristan. He's been in the industry many years. We've got a really good relationship. If you want, I can schedule for him to come over, do maybe a 20-minute presentation, and have him do a consultation on maybe why the house didn't sell. If that would be of value to you, I can see if Tristan can come over, sometime tomorrow. Would that help you?
Yeah, definitely.
Did I just schedule a listing presentation for you?
Yes, you did. That's awesome.
See, we have to use our resources. See, when we say building a team, a lot of people think it's hiring buyers agents, listing partners, and support staff within it. There's people outside your walls that can help you build your team. So when people come into coaching with us, yes, we're going to help them hire admin. We're going to help them with buyer agents, listing partners, support staff, everything else. But our job is to be able to incorporate other pieces of the community that's really part of their team.
Yeah.
And there's more than just lender scripts. There's scripts for about 10 different types of teams associated around your company that will help you grow your company. See, I've built every single company I've ever owned. I've owned mortgage companies, real estate companies, collection agencies, identity theft protection companies. I've coached since 1991 at Pierce College in Tacoma, Washington.
Wow.
And I've built every single company I've ever owned by building other people's companies. Because you know what? If I help you grow your company, someday you'll be able to give back. Do you agree with that?
I agree, yeah.
And you know what? God gave me the power to be able to help other companies, and some of them will never be able to give back. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. And some will be able to give back. So if I just keep serving, then there's a percentage of them that are going to be able to return it. You agree?
I agree, man. That's 100% right.
So let's just keep serving. So we get florists to be able to help us with our open houses. We can help promote the florist companies. We can help our title companies. We can help our inspectors. We can help our lawn service companies. See, every time I sold a house, it was automatically guaranteed you were going to get an inspection on your HVAC system and your yard was going to be mowed within 48 hours just for using me. What value to that was my lawn care service? Well, they wanted a shot of every single new person that moved into the county, right?
Yeah.
Cheapest marketing you ever had was a cost of gas in a 15-minute lawn mow. You agree?
Yeah.
Did I just help grow that guy's company?
Yeah, you did.
Now that guy knows everybody in town, right?
It's true.
Now, do you think if he ever knows anybody wants to buy or sell a house, who's he going to refer?
You.
How much money did that cost me?
Dude, nothing almost.
So is that as an asset or a liability on my balance sheet?
That's totally an asset in comparison to you going out and purchasing online leads like Realtor.com or Zillow. This is much bigger and deeper. I could see that. You know, I'm going to pause you right there because if I had you, first of all, I didn't even get into coaching until much later in the business. Mm-hmm. But if I had someone like you specifically to help me out at the beginning, I think a lot of those learning curves that I took on my own, the personal experiences of failure, I could have avoided a lot of those and saved a lot of money. So for the agents that are listening out there, Bubba's giving you some amazing advice here to focus on what he considers to be the assets of your business, which is you versus all these other companies that you're going to throw your money at. I think that's important, man. A lot of agents, wait, where do you think that mentality comes from? Where, you go in and you want to buy all your leads versus grow it the way you're talking about.
So one thing, I'm gonna give you a phrase that gives you I'm gonna wrap up what you just said. There's a phrase that we use in coaching. It's either you learn by mentorship or mistakes. You choose. So you learn by mistakes instead of mentorship.
Yeah.
It's usually the two ways that any entrepreneur ever learns is by mentorship or mistakes. Okay. The mentality comes from salespeople. Salespeople are the easiest people to sell. Now, the challenge we have in the real estate world is the best salespeople are the people that thrive the best in this industry. However, out of no disrespect, the best salespeople are the ones that open up the biggest companies and have zero to do with operations. It's because they're amazing salespeople. They're not very good at operations. That's not their DNA. So what happens is they love seeing the money come in, but they're not used to the operations side. They're not used to the system side. They're not used to the accounting side. They're not used to doing the P&L. They're not used to looking at that side of the business. One of the biggest challenges we have are the larger teams. The smaller teams that come in that are doing, or even single agents that come in that are doing 20, 30, 40 transactions, they are much easier to start off in coaching because it's easier to implement things than it is to fix the things that are in there and then decide, do we need to get rid of it? Do we need to enhance it? Or do we need to start all over again? Right?
Makes sense, yeah.
So when somebody comes in doing 200 or 300 transactions, they've already got something in place. Now, it's a complete nightmare when we're looking at a P&L and the chart of accounts is all screwed up and you're in May. Because when you go back under reclassifications under a chart of accounts, you change one thing, we got to reclassify everything.
So, Bubba, then I'm going to pause you there because let's say I'm a single agent.
Yep.
I'm already set in my ways, or I'm a team already going,
yep.
and I'm already putting a lot of money out to market and do all the things that are just helping me grow, but not keeping a lot in my pocket.
Yep.
What would be the first thing or couple of things that you would say, do this first, because this will help you start going in the right direction?
Yep. So the first thing we do, and it's funny, people say, I can't afford coaching. And I always say, you can't afford not to coach. I'm going to say probably 70% of our clients, we save them enough money on a monthly basis just to cover coaching. I mean, just by saving them money without them even spending even more. We find enough in their P&L on a monthly basis to cut that saves them enough money to pay for coaching, then everything else is value profit from there. Okay. So the biggest challenge we have is that salespeople, for some reason, think they have to have 2 or 3 of the same, right? So you've got a Boomtown Commissions Inc., Sierra Interactive, Yolopo. We got a problem.
That's a lot, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, some large teams, I have 2, and then we'll throw a Zillow or something else on top of it.
Okay.
You have more than 2, depending on the size of your team, you're spending way too much. You're not getting the return on it. Number 2, if you are working on more than 25 or 30 leads per agent per month, you're throwing money in the trash. Because if you're doing a 12 to 15 touch follow-up campaign, like you should be doing on every one of your leads, do you think that you could be working with 5 buyers, 5 listings on any given day and handle 25 more leads coming in with a pipeline of 50 to 75 that you're managing and adding more than 25 a month onto it? Could you handle that?
No way, dude. Can you imagine the follow in the buildup? I mean, it sounds small, but
it does.
The buildup is huge.
It is. So the challenge that I have is when we look at pipelines and we look at agents on a team, if you have more than 100 leads in your pipeline, get rid of them, throw them, we call them into the gold mine. That's the old lead platform. Put them on a drip campaign, get them out of your phone follow-up, and wait for them to raise their hand to call them again. Focus on 100 and take no more than 25 in a month.
Oh, dude, that's such a good idea. All right, so we call that the pond, where we throw everybody back in to the pond.
That's it.
All right, so if I'm an agent,
that many phone calls.
What was that?
You cannot make that many phone calls. So I'm going to tell you how to make more money by saving money, right?
Yeah.
We never want to take our foot off the gas on generating leads, right?
No.
Definitely. So what does that mean? That means we have to get more people. Do we have to spend more money to get a buyer's agent to handle all those leads?
Not if you're getting enough leads right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't cost us any money. Does it go on a liability or an asset? It goes nowhere.
It's
paid on success. So if they did 1 transaction per month, it goes on the asset list, right?
Totally.
And it didn't cost you any money.
All right. So this is a great question that's always asked.
Yep.
How many leads should I be giving my agents a month? Online leads.
25.
20, no more than 25.
25 to 30, depending on their tenure.
Okay.
Now, you've got some smoking agents that can handle 30 to 40 if they've got a great balance. But you need to look at their A, Bs, and Cs. Somebody ready, willing, and able to buy in 30 days, 30 to 90, and 90 plus. The more A's they have, the less new leads they can take. It's got to be weighted.
So would you even, like you mentioned before, throwing them back into like a pond scenario? What would those be like? Would those be like the ones that are 6 months out or more? Just throw them back in somewhere?
Yeah, throw them back in. I mean, in worst case scenario, you can get an, who's your favorite ISA company?
Got it.
Throw an agentology in there. Let them follow up on those things. Handle the new leads that are coming in. Filter through those new leads. Put somebody on the call leads. Get a mojo, triple dialer. Pound through those things, right? Get a status update. Half of them already bought a house because you didn't follow up on them, right? The other half already dead or can't qualify. So get those out, requalify them, and then get back into your lead sourcing.
Well, Bubba, there's a question here. Richie Miller is saying, what if you had ISAs or a company like Agentology following up with them initially? How many do you think an agent can handle at that point then? Is it still the same amount?
Let me make sure I'm perfectly clear to everybody who's listening to this. I don't care if there's ISAs, OSAs, or any SAs on a team. It does not get rid of anybody's excuse to not prospect a minimum of 1 hour a day. Buyer's agents, if you're lucky enough to have ISAs, good for you. You're still going to prospect an hour a day. I don't care if it's your SOI, I don't care if it's your pass by, I don't care what it is. You're still going to do it. So here's the thing. If you have them pre-screened, so you have to decide what that ISA is doing. There's different levels of qualification. So when you got agentology, they're not pre-screening for, I don't think that they get a copy of their pre-qualification letter from the lender, all that kind of fun stuff. So there's still a little bit of mix on there. You can drop those kind of ones. Those are the 30 to 40 mark. You can go a little bit higher on those because they are pre-screened. However, I use this statement. Tristan, what if they
Yeah.
love you? What if all 40 love you and all 40 want to go see a house? What happens then?
And I'm screwed.
Right? So we have to use the what if they love you statement. And whoever the team lead is, or if you're a single agent, what's plan B? We never turn off the leads, people.
You know what, man?
Friends. You better have a lot of friends.
I learned that the hard way. So did my friend who's actually listening in, Kevin Markarian. We would both at times we're like, whoa, this is too many leads, right? And we would turn off that lead pipe or that lead source. And I think that was a mistake. So yeah, it's a huge point right there.
Never stop momentum.
Yeah.
It's easier to hire another agent on your team than it is to shut off the leads and restart them up again. Worst case scenario, throw them over to agentology. When the appointments get back up, refer them out, and you can at least get something off of them.
Perfect. I'm writing that in at the top here because we went over something that everybody asks questions on. How many leads should my agents work with at a time? That's beautiful. So, dude, so let's say I'm to the point where everybody on the team's got the right amount of leads,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Where do you go hire more people? I get that question all the time.
So have you hired your replacement yet?
No, I thought I had and I didn't. So
here's a problem, right? Our ultimate goal, Tristan, your value is to work on the company, not in it.
Yeah.
Look, I love what I do. I'll never stop coaching, even though I've got coaches that coach. I don't need to coach, but I love what I do. I'll pick and choose what clients I want to do business with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've got coaching at $650 a month up to $3,000 to $4,000 a month. I have 650 client, 1,000 client, 1,500 client, 2,000, and 3,000. I have clients at every single level of my company. And the reason why is because I got to make sure that I am finely in tune with every single step of my clients. So I've got clients that do 40 transactions a month that I personally coach, up to clients that do 900 transactions a month that I personally coach. So I never like clients to be 100% out of the game unless you're ready to start working about an exit strategy. I mean, we help sell 3 to 5 clients a year, large clients. And then actually 2 to 3 we help, do on the legacy product where we've got, kids and that kind of stuff where we're building in legacies and that kind of stuff. So about 10 a year.
You help agents. Do you help agents also create an exit strategy? Because
all day long, about 10 a year. About 10 a year, we're helping exit. I mean, we have a client 3 years ago. We helped buy a strip mall in Costa Rica because that was her dream.
Oh, damn.
Lived here for 6 months.
Dude,
grown year over year.
I don't think people, because I didn't. I don't think people understand the knowledge that you have, not just in real estate, but in business overall. Can you just share a little bit of that because you blew me away?
I coach mortgage companies. I've got a pet store. I've got a warehouse company. I've got a lead generation company. I coach business. I mean, it doesn't matter. I've got a client. We got the 4th round of Shark Tank. It doesn't matter. I mean, we coach business, people. I hate to tell you this, but what I coach you on consumer direct marketing and social media and doing hand-to-hand shaking, when I go back to Carlsbad and talk to my buddies at the car dealerships and do some role playing with them, it's the same thing. Guys, it doesn't matter. Business is business. I mean, between the mortgage companies, I ran an asset management company, sold 5,000 REO properties a month. I had a network of 18,000 realtors across the United States and Puerto Rico. So selling 5,000 REOs a month is hard. I mean, there's a lot of coaches out there, and a lot of you were on my preferred list. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. That's what we do. I'm a business coach at heart. I don't care what you have. I got title companies. I just happen to be a business expert. That's what I do. I run businesses.
Yeah, that's what I notice every time I talk to you. It's like something new that you're teaching me or telling me. I'm like, oh man, I feel like I can never keep up with you, Bubba. Which pisses me off, okay? Stop it.
Well, it's funny. I got a call, and they said, "Hey, can you speak at the Association of Apartments?" And I went, Why would I want to do that in the first place? Oh, they want to talk about bottom line. And I'm like, okay, get a property management company. I got great realtors. I can help you with that. Look, yeah, I want to give you guys a tip here real quick. All right. Let me give you some free marketing. Do a video after an open house. Do open houses on Saturday morning, not on Sunday between 12 and 5. I challenge you to Google how many open houses are being held on Sunday between 12 and 5. And you're going to be competing against 50 to 200 open houses. And then tell me, oh, Bubba, I wonder why I don't get very much foot traffic. It's because you're competing against 200 open houses. So I do open houses Saturday morning, first thing of the weekend. So that way I get first chance for buyer agency. And then I get private showings all weekend long. That's number one. Number two, I do a video saying, hey, thanks for coming by, the open house. I look forward to serving your needs all weekend long. Make sure you text me back and I can set up private showings for you. God bless. Have a great day. And it's a short little quick video. So number one, whatever they log in that they register at the open house for, I'll tell you right now if that number is good, because 90% of people give me a cell phone number when they're logging into open house. Yeah. So if that thing bounces back, I'm like, fake, don't put that into my database. It's a dead number, right? Number two, if it's short enough, it comes up as like a V card on your text when I send you that text, right? Number three, I just set the bar for every single realtor they see for the rest of the weekend. Do you agree with that?
So true. I didn't think of that. That's a really good point.
No one's going to beat me.
Wow. Bubba, what website would people go to visit you if they have any questions in regards to coaching?
Corcorancoaching.com. Real quick, on the top part of it, it says Journey to Success. You name an email. We do not solicit you in that. I do a tip of the week every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 3 to 10 minutes. There's over 29,000 people on there.
Yeah,
so
I'm one of them.
It's a business tip. Yeah. Have I ever marketed you on that?
Nope.
I never solicit anything. It's just a business tip, 3 to 7 minutes, depending on what it is. Put in your information and you'll get a quick video every Wednesday, right?
Awesome, buddy. Can you do me a favor before we leave?
Gotcha.
Can you tell me the 40%, that 40, you mentioned that you want us as agents to focus on our past clients, our SOI, things that are assets to us rather than liabilities.
Correct.
And I agree with you. That was beautiful the way you put it. Can you give people tips, veteran agents, newer agents, just tell them one more time, what should they be focusing on specifically? Like, what should they be doing? Number one and number two thing.
Sure. Number one thing is helping other businesses grow will give you your highest return. So I coached a very good friend of mine. He's out there. In fact, I coach all my clients this. If you go to a local small business down the road, and I want you to do an interview of a local small business and videotape it with your phone, you're going to tag that small business. And then they're going to tag you on your Facebook, go on social media, and you are going to do the small business of the month. And you tag them, they tag you. A lot of times you can get them to give you coupons. It can get you to give 2-for-1s. Like with the pet store, we'll give a raffle for 3 pet washes. We'll give away free dog food, free whatever. But what they do is they promote your company on their social media now, because you are now marketing their company. You tag them, they tag you, they mention them, they mention you. The more shares, the more tags we can get. It's free marketing, 100% free marketing. You can do them for restaurants, you can do them for pet stores, you can do them for nail salons, you can do them for every small business you want to. So what you're doing is you're cross-promoting. You don't have a brand yet. They have a brand. We've attached ourselves to a brand and helped them with free marketing. I don't care if you do it for your local CrossFit. It doesn't matter what size of company. You're offering them free marketing and you're borrowing their brand.
Dude, that's a huge gold nugget, man.
And it's free.
Beautiful. That's beautiful
because
an
asset, not a liability.
If somebody wants to break into a city, an area that they're not really breaking into.
Yep.
All you do is go to these local businesses, start putting them on, do a little video. Hey, I'm just going to shoot your video here, put it on my Facebook page, thought I'd help you out. And then go on Ads Manager, boost it for like $50 for the week.
Yep.
And you start doing that.
Actually, I can get some of them for $1 a day to $2 a day. And then here's the other thing, like that's what I use. So my clients, over 60% of them have at least 2 streams of income, where we have a JV partnership with title, mortgage, insurance, property management. I mean, I've got some that own cannabis stores, that own, we own multiple companies. That's what we do. Our job is to be able to make more than 1 point of sale per client. So, if you've got an insurance license, Tristan, you got to go and do a disclosure of the estimated closing costs, right? Well, you're a first-time home buyer. You got to get a quote for your homeowner's insurance. So I just went ahead and just gave you an estimate. Here's one, for an estimate on it. 50% of the people will choose to use that estimate just because it's easy. You agree with that?
Oh, dude, yeah.
That's residual monthly income every single time they make a payment. Merry Christmas. Welcome to the biggest MLM, legal MLM you've ever had in your life, and that's called insurance.
Dude, I'm gonna have to put this on repeat for myself. Richie has a question. Are those videos Facebook Live? I'm gonna answer that.
You can do either one.
I would do both.
Yep.
One that's like about 2 minutes. You can clip it with iMovie just together, and then one Facebook Live. So you can do both. And
do a company. Here's the thing: like a lot of clients, we do company of the month. After you get 2 or 3 months in, we have 10 or 15 companies begging for them to come interview them. Like no joke. So now we're down to a company of the week now.
Hold on. I'm writing this down. I can't keep up with you, dude. Hold on. Damn it.
Sorry.
You are fast and good.
Sorry. We need more time.
Your company of the week. That's awesome because Nick and I both have done this. It can both tell you that we've both walked into different companies, local companies, and they've both asked, oh, I saw that video you did for that other company. How do I get on to that? I'm like,
it's called EGO. Ego, baby.
I like it. All right. Give me a number 2 on this. You told helping other businesses grow is number 1.
Yep.
Give me a 2, and then we'll head out.
Well, so make sure you're using your lender script like we talked about. Make sure you're doing your tax after your open house, and make sure you're doing your first-time home seller seminars.
I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah. So first-time home seller seminars is going to be the value that you have got to bring to neighborhoods, and please get Credit Smart certified. It's cheap, inexpensive, and gives you credibility. Everybody says, I'm new to real estate. What do I do? Go pay the $99, get Credit Smart certified. You're no longer new to the industry. You're a trainer for Freddie Mac. Merry Christmas.
All right. Where do we go to get that? It's called what?
Freddie Mac, Credit Smart, CREDIT SMART, one word.
Go to Credit Smart.
Yeah, you can just Google it.
All right. Get Credit Smart certified, right?
Yeah. And they do local ones. They do them all over the place. So I got certified in 93, 92, something like that.
Wow, dude. I've never heard of that. Thank you.
It's instant credibility. I don't care if you've been in the business 30 years or 30 days. The minute you say, oh, yeah, I'm also an instructor, fluff, for Freddie Mac for their Credit Smart training, and I team up with my local lender, and anybody that goes through my classes actually gets $500 off or a free home warranty of any house that they buy through me. Bam! Who's your daddy?
That is badass. All right, we're gonna leave it at that, Bubba. This is a lot of great information. So for everybody that's watching, as part of our Random Acts of Coaching, this was episode 3. And we have a little tab on our website that we're adding Random Acts of Coaching. So if you missed any part of this, we're going to add it on this, and we're also going to be showing it in our group and our blog website as well. So stay tuned. Thank you, Bubba. I appreciate it. Again, if you want to find Bubba or coach with him, Bubba, what's the website?
CorcoranCoaching.com. Hey, can I talk about my Buyer Mastery Bootcamp real quick?
Do it. When is it?
It's in May 10th and 11th. It's right outside St. Louis. Lab coat, you can get it for $399. You come for 2 days. We give you all the food, hot food. You're going to come. We're going to go over scripts, dialogues, overcoming objections, buyer presentation. You bring leads. We're going to prospect that night with my coaches here live for 2 days.
Wow.
Hot food, hot breakfast, like eggs, pancakes, that kind of stuff. Hot food, guys. $399. Come out and join us. Let's do it.
All right, I'll put a link to there. Thanks, Bubba. Appreciate it, man.